Assalamu alaikum, everyone. A'udhu billahi minash One second. Okay. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli waj'al li waziran min ahli Haruna akhi ushdud bihi azri wa ashriku fi amri kay nusabbihaka kaseera wa nazkuraka kaseera innaka kunta bina basira. Rabbi awzini an ashkura ni'mataka allati an'amta alayya wa ala walidayya wa an a'mala salihan tardahu وادخلني برحمتك في عبادك الصالحين آمين وصلى اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. All right, so we are gonna work on the raise, page 242, which is part of the fruits of belief, which is a summary of the 8th topic. We were discussing about the necessity of the hereafter through all different means, our feelings, the universe, the message that we get. And now this author is going to explain to us in terms of, we all have questions, we all live in this world, we all have relationships with each other. So how does the results of belief in the hereafter work along with the human beings' individual life and social life? So we are all living in this world as an individual, we have lives, we have social lives. And what is the impact of the result of belief in the hereafter? In that aspect, how do I make my living accordingly with that belief? So we'll start and then we'll work our way in terms of seeing how the author presents it. So the first, just as contrary to other living beings, man has relations with his home. So he has relations with the world. And just as he has relations with his relatives, so by nature he has earnest relations with mankind. And just as man desires temporary permanence in this world. Isn't that funny? Yeah, there's a desire of everything being permanent, whatever we like, we want to keep experiencing that. So just as man desires temporary permanence in this world, so he passionately desires immortality in the realm of eternity. He passionately desires immortality in the realm of, not this world, in the realm of eternity. And just as he strives to meet the need of his stomach for food, just as he strives to meet the need of his stomach for food, so he is by nature compelled to strive to provide for the stomach of his mind, heart, spirit, and humanity. Man is compelled to strive to provide for the stomachs of his mind, heart, spirit, and humanity. They need to be satisfied too and fulfilled. Cannot be ignored, because we are not just body, we have a spirit, we have feelings, senses, the human side of our beings is looking for satisfaction as well. So he has such hopes and desires that nothing apart from eternal happiness can satisfy them. Wow, so all this so-called problems of life, struggles and dramas, because of the hopes and desires that nothing apart from eternal happiness can satisfy them. Here we only get a taste. but they're not satisfied eternally. Eternal aspect is important, eternal happiness. As is mentioned in the 10th word, even when small, I asked my imagination, do you want to live for 1,000,000 years and rule the world, but then cease to exist? So if you get 1,000,000 years to live and you're living that life very happily pleased, but you then cease to exist, or to live forever, but have an ordinary and difficult existence. That's an interesting challenge. Live for 1,000,000 years and rule the world, but then cease to exist, or to live forever, but have an ordinary and difficult existence.
That's difficult existence. This makes me want to take the first option.
I saw that my imagination wanted the latter, basically the difficult, the ordinary, and maybe the difficult is not translation. Ordinary and difficult existence. But the thing is the need of eternity. That's one aspect we have to look at. It's not about the experience, but the need for whatever you want to experience happiness, you want that eternal. So eternity is much better than something transient.
No, rather than ordinary and difficult existence, rather than, no, but have an ordinary and difficult, not and, but even it is difficult. If the life is difficult, but existence is eternal.
What does that mean?
So because, for example, if I get ill, I don't want to die. And if somebody helps me to keep my life together with my illness, I prefer it. I don't want to die.
If the latter part, please, if you're ill, you don't want to die. If somebody would
Helps some difficulties, even with some difficulties, still we don't want to die. Now I know somebody from our family, relatives, he cannot move, he cannot get out, get up, he cannot do anything, even he doesn't want to eat. But still he asks for a doctor, for a medicine to keep his, in this condition, his existence, his life. But it's a very, very difficult, no taste at all. Although it is a mercy from God that we should, we are prepared to get ready. So I want an eternal happiness, get rid of this one. It means it doesn't mean I want to die, but this sense is given to us, this illness, old age, and not getting any pleasure from the world, for preparation for death, so that we won't feel the pain of this hurting me from the heart. You say, yeah, I think there is nothing left in this world. Get ready, it is better to go. But for a person who doesn't believe in the hereafter, still they don't want, for some difficulties, because we love struggling with the difficulties of life. If you don't work at all, stay at home, you will have psychological problems. And it will be even worse. Once I was in the UK. UK is a social country. You know, how do you say it? Social democrat. Although there is a queen, but who cares, queen? It is that she is the rich man, that's person, that's wife, rich family. That's it. What happened once? There was an unemployment problem.
Unemployment. Okay.
Yeah, people, there were lots of people unemployed. They were getting social benefit, let's say $100, all right? Not much more than this example, $100, okay? And what they were looking for, and they were happy, they found a job which pays $90. They accept the job. I was so surprised.
Yeah.
Why?
That's interesting.
They go mad doing nothing. So struggling with the difficulties of life also, if you like, tinged by Allah's wisdom with pleasure that I'm doing something. I'm busy with something. So we understand that we are created to continue our existence even with difficulties.
Here, that you don't want.
In this place, yeah.
But what the author here is saying, have an ordinary and difficult existence. In the example, let's say a person is ill. Obviously, nobody wants to lose existence, whatever you're experiencing, but then you don't want to carry on this thing. You don't want the illness. You don't want this type of difficulty. Like,
so the type of difficulty you don't want.
Yeah.
But that is the reason Allah created us for wishing or expecting paradise. Get ready for paradise. But in paradise, there is no concept of time. It's a permanent existence. There is no concept of time. So some people say, if I'm there, always enjoying, I will be bored. But memory doesn't record the past. Always present time enjoyment. That is paradise. Eternal happiness means this. Khalidin fiha abada. They will remain there eternally. Abada.
can you imagine? Can't imagine.
So, but it means abada is permanently, means there is no time concept. There's nothing to bother. Enjoyment only Allah creates, and you enjoy it as long as you prepared yourself for it. But the main methodology followed here is very interesting, but I'm waiting for the paragraph to finish to read.
Okay.
No.
So, any other comments on the
I'm trying to understand this because that's true. Nobody wants to stay stagnant. People are, my to-do list. Oh, I'm busy. I have something going on Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, this is human. This is how we are. Nobody wants to be like that. But there's certain things also, like you want to be stress-free of it.
Like illnesses.
Like you don't want to. Even like as a student, I'm going to take the exam. Okay, that's it. I don't want to take. That's it. I'm done. I don't want to take this exam anymore. Major project done. But that feeling. Yes, here I'm doing. But I do desire something like a bliss, eternal paradise, Bahamas. Just go to that's it forever. Sunset. This is it, right? Like that state of mind.
Sure.
You don't want
this
like
is this is one of the factors that we have to understand in our life, that God made us love success. To succeed in something. But okay, for example, I got my degree. What next? Get a job. What next? Get married. What next? Buy a house. You see, always we want to be successful. But Allah says the real success, God aflahal mu'minun. The real falah, success it means, is in belief, in eternal life, fulfilling the purpose of it. How are we going to do it?
That's the thing. That's what I was wondering.
Now,
like experiences here. How do you do that?
Look at the way the text speaks. As we want to satisfy the need of our stomach, we want to satisfy the need of our feelings. as we satisfy, what was it? The other examples. As we want to be
Mind, heart.
within good terms with our relatives, friends, etc., good relationship, and we want to have a good relationship with our Creator and fellow believers as well, sharing the same feeling. You don't want to have a bad relationship with your relatives, even they don't share your belief. This is a sign that you have to use this feeling in order to have a best relationship in another creation with all your friends and all the people, actually, all other creatures, always happy. What does it mean? He doesn't say, forget about the satisfaction of your stomach. So concentrate on the satisfaction of your feelings.
Right.
No, he says, use it as a criterion. As I want the satisfaction of my stomach, why shouldn't I desire for the satisfaction of my feelings, which requires eternal, perfect satisfaction?
I still find a little trouble with this difficult existence part.
Yeah.
Like if it is as if I'm whatever I experience here. Yes, we said we're programmed in a way where you just want to, keep doing, like you said, success. But then after a while, things become strenuous. I think early on, yeah, it's exciting. You get the job, 2 years, get married, honeymoon phase for everything gets faded away. But then it becomes like routine. Okay, pay the bills, kids grow, okay, whatever. Like
New opportunities, new challenges.
exactly, but like so this feeling you're saying that you want to carry on, that difficult existence, that difficult existence. Difficult maybe is not a good translation.
No, that is no difficult. Yeah. Why? It is an example. Even it is with difficulties, still we prefer to exist. But our feelings want to exist without difficulties. Why not to look for it? That is paradise. That's why this feeling requires us to search for permanent existence without any difficulties. It means seek the paradise. That is an example.
Our feelings want to exist without difficulties. Yes, check. That's correct. That is correct.
And but not that in this world we want to exist without. We should keep existence with difficulties. No, even it is with difficulties.
We still want to exist.
Yeah.
That
is
that a little bit. Even with difficulties, I still want to exist here. Let me
for example, if your stomach is hungry, which one do you prefer? No, not hungry, sorry, aching. Your mind. Which one do you prefer? To die or to be cured? Which one?
So cured.
Definitely. Not probably. Definitely. Who doesn't want to be cured, healed?
Yeah, that's the thing. So with any difficulty you're experiencing, you want to be cured. You want a solution to
that is why we have
but you don't want to live with the difficulty.
No, but that is why we are given this sense to desire, to seek an existence with no difficulties, paradise. That is this feeling to be used, not rejected, to be used as the stomach, hungry stomach needs to be satisfied. It shouldn't be denied, it should be used. Why shouldn't I look for a permanent satisfaction for my feelings as well?
What's interesting is what the author here is saying. I think he's focusing on the existence aspect. So pretty much you want to exist. So hey, even if it's with a difficulty, I want to exist. I still am having a hard time reconciling that. Even though no, I'm sorry, I don't want to exist with difficulty. Like,
That's
get me
the
out of
feeling,
the
No,
yes.
no, misusing it. Practically, you may be happy, but still you are looking for the solution. Why do you think nowadays people lost their faith in belief that religion? Religion is the source of satisfaction. It is lost because of the presentation of religion. Doesn't give satisfaction. The way the religion is presented, for example, in Christendom, who is having hope in Christianity? Being a religious, I will solve all my problems. No, they are looking for experiencing here and there. Yeah, let me go if I can find. Doing
There
it.
is a easy with difficulty and there is difficulty with ease. Both are together.
No, no,
Rabbi Yasser.
now, I think difficulties and ease.
Mm.
Yeah, we want ease. But even with difficulties, I want to carry on my existence. But I don't want difficulties. Yeah. Look for an opportunity. How can I get an existence with no difficulties? Don't deny this sense. It rejects. Don't reject it.
I'm trying to, I think, let me think a little more on this piece. Like, yes, definitely we all want existence. We all want existence, but we want it without any difficulty.
Yeah.
So I will have to differ with the author's view here, that I rather have an ordinary and difficult existence. I'm sorry, no, I rather have an ordinary existence, but not difficult. No, I don't want difficult. It's within me. I don't want difficulty.
God forbid, one of your very close relatives, I don't want to give the name, yeah? One of your very close relatives, you always feel in debt to this relative, all right? This relative is suffering from some sort of illness. Do you want to kill him? No, it's not worth living. Let me kill him and he will be released. Who? For example, from birth, some families have handicapped children. Allah creates some exceptional cases, right? Can they ignore these children? Can they kill these children? Can they let these children die or look after until not the children, they themselves die? They can't. This is human nature. Even with difficulties, we prefer somebody die. But we don't prefer life with difficulties. That is confusion. That is confused. No, we want to exist with no difficulties. That is very human desire.
Yes, exactly.
But it is a sign in this world that even I am ill, I want to go to hospital, go a doctor, get a medicine, and be cured, and my existence will continue.
Mhm.
For example, I have a very now fundamental problems. Somebody told me, a doctor told me, a friend of mine, frankly, they spoke to me. He said, "You will die with this illness." Did I lose my hope in existence and try to kill myself? Here I am. 40 years, 50 years passed, and I still want to live with disease together with me. I don't mind. I got used to it. See, this is what I mean? But I never, listen, every day, regularly, I take this medicine. I don't mind.
But you want to get rid of it.
So that I will have a happy life.
Happy life where?
Huh?
Happy life.
Even in this world.
Really? Where?
Yeah, because existence is happy, source of happiness. Existence is source of happiness.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, of course we don't. We may
What are you
we
talking
we may not,
So bizarre.
because we may not appreciate the value of existence.
Yeah.
We took it for granted, and we say, "Okay, I exist. How I exist? That's it. Whatever it is. Even we don't use I exist. That is how I am. That's it. Took it for granted, and we don't appreciate it.
But like, if you have something in this life that goes on with difficulty, but you don't want it, like,
Yeah, that's correct.
so what do you
That
do
is
now?
why. That is
How do you
why.
keep going? How do you keep going?
That is how it is created to seek paradise. I'm keep repeating it 5 times.
That's good.
That is why we have to look for solution. Otherwise, if I am totally happy, permanently happy with difficult life, how can I look for solutions? But compared to existence, comparing existence to non-existence, we don't value existence. That is why we took it for granted. It seems to be very easy to die. Of course, it is another problem. When you die, did you solve your problem? No. Still, you didn't get the permanent happiness that you desire. No. Do you think death is permanent happiness? Unless you are granted paradise, yes. Otherwise, it is not a solution. But there is a human cheating themselves. For example, getting drunk, drug addiction, etc. They are misusing their continuation of existence with no problem. They want to forget about their problem. That's why they get into drug. Why? Because they are not, instead of, okay, how can I obtain an existence with no problem?
Yeah.
Instead of finding out God, making sure in their own heart, they are really connected to an absolute being. If they live in this world with this consciousness, everything is given to me as a means of preparation for eternal happiness. So get ready for it. But human beings, some human beings don't choose this way. Many human beings don't choose this way. They get drunk with alcohol, drug, workaholic. Workaholic. For example, what is fashion now among youth? Video games. Video games. Why? It is a drug. It is a drink. I mean, it's a drug. Why? They forget, they lose themselves. It is exciting. They lose themselves in it. Workaholic. If a person really works hard, if something happens and doesn't work, what do? They get completely despair. Some of them try to commit suicide thinking that he will solve the problem. No. Life is existence, and life is not that cheap. It is given for a purpose, and you are expected to solve your problem by finding out the source of your existence and attaching yourself to him. That's why belief is the source of happiness in this world. but they choose the other way, thinking that they are going to solve their problem and kill themselves. Exceptional, but still some people do it.
So with difficulty, you can get belief.
Use it. Yeah, you employ it,
So difficult.
utilize it.
Difficulties here is it's like a gift then. for
Yeah,
you to
because
attain.
do you think God in our creation, we love difficulties? No, even with difficulties, existence is preferred. So it is a lesson for me now. Do I desire a life without difficulties? Yes. So what does it mean? Look for an permanent happy life. So if it is possible or not, because it is in you. This desire, permanent happiness is in you. Utilize it. It is given to you for a purpose. Not to kill yourself, but to find God and eternal life. Because when you find God, you make sure that this God is not going to do something irrational, meaningless, by giving this life, giving all these qualities, letting us experience all this, and the desires are there, and at the end, he kills me forever. It is a crazy God. Do you think any craziness in the universe? Sign of craziness in the universe? Look at this beautiful, especially in spring. Look, animals are all happy.
Human beings too.
I'd rather be an animal.
Yeah, no, yeah. Okay, I think
Yeah, there's some comments
better.
for her.
Yeah,
She says we don't love difficulty for the sake of difficulty. We might love difficulty for its existence over its non-existence. That is a reminder opportunity for communication with the source.
yeah. It is a call. Yeah,
Yeah.
reminder is a call.
Yeah.
Look for a source of permanent existence with no difficulties. Is it possible? When you find out God, you understand that the creator of the universe can do that. Yep. Everything is so full of wisdom. No crazy sign of craziness. Okay.
All right. So let's continue.
Yep.
So as is mentioned in the 10th word, even when small, I asked my imagination, do you want to live for 1,000,000 years and rule the world, but then cease to exist, or to live forever, but have an ordinary, that is difficult, existence?
That's difficult existence. Yeah.
I saw that my imagination wanted the ordinary, difficult existence, feeling pain at the first, and said, I want to live forever, even if in hell. I want to live forever, even if in hell. So that's like the
With difficulties, it means. That's what we have been talking
experience of existence. Yes.
Yeah.
Wants to exist.
In this world, the desire is with me. No one wants to go to hell, but desire for existence is in me.
Yeah. Isn't he making the case that he doesn't like transience also? Because 100, whatever million years you're ruling, but
it means at the end
transience
of
is not
1
acceptable.
million years, okay, you can kill me now. No, why don't you give me
Right.
another 1 million? That is what we should understand from it.
He did mention that at the beginning. He desires temporary permanence.
Yeah.
He desires temporary permanence. Like even I experience temporary, but I want that to be permanent.
Yeah.
Yeah, for example, in this world, we know that
Yes.
life is temporary.
Mhm.
Everybody sure? Yeah?
That was
Okay,
kind of
all right.
yeah.
But do you want to buy a house which is going to collapse in 20 years,
No.
30 years?
No.
If there are options, then we have to speak black and white terms to understand them. There is a house, it is going to collapse in 80 years. Most probably,
Mm.
I won't live, not most probably, definitely, I won't live. This is Sunnatullah. I won't live in 80 years. But if I am given the opportunity, another option, would you like to have this house? It is going to collapse in 80 years. Another option, it won't collapse at all. The same price. What would you do? Why?
Hey, you never know.
Definitely you will die.
I may live beyond 80 years, so let's
No,
take
no,
it.
no. Definitely you die.
Mm.
Definitely. Do you see?
Yeah.
But still we want permanence in this temporary life. That's what the translation must make it
Clear.
clear. Now, he desires permanence even it is in this temporary world.
Mhm.
Yeah, to make it clear. The translation seems to be contradictory.
Where-
Yeah, temporary permanence.
No, this is perfect. It's not contradictory. I mean,
No.
it makes
So
sense.
he desires permanence,
It's perfect.
even it's sorry.
It's perfect. This is what I experience. I experience
Yeah,
temporary,
if
but
it's,
I want permanence.
but if
in
it's
this.
temporary, it's not
No, no.
permanent.
In my temporariness, I desire permanence.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, still
Yeah, it needs to be
the
clear.
translation.
Desires temporary permanence.
Tem-
Like
the-
I want permanence.
They're
basically.
opposites, temporary and permanent.
Yeah,
How do you combine them? That's what needs to be clarified.
I desire temporary permanence. But it does make sense. Like that. You know, I do desire temporary.
Yes, and
permanence.
within the temporariness, you desire permanence.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's how I would say.
yeah, yeah. That is the translation needs clarification.
Clarification.
Okay.
Thus, since the pleasures of this world do not satisfy the imaginative faculty, which is a servant of human nature. The pleasures of this world do not satisfy the imaginative faculty, which is a servant of human nature. Man's comprehensive nature is certainly attached to eternity.
Yeah. It is, if you like, natural in our how do you say, inculcated into our being.
So within ourselves, comprehensive, the way we are designed, our fitri state
That's what you're
Mm.
saying,
is-
imaginative
is inclined towards attached to eternity. Really.
Imaginative faculty. Yeah, what does that mean? What are you saying?
Even in your imagination.
Mm. It doesn't satisfy the imagination,
Mhm.
the pleasure of this world,
Right.
because I know.
Because we are given the sense of imagination also. So that's one.
So although we cannot completely comprehend it, but we are given the ability to imagine eternal life.
Mm.
Which one is better? Eternal or temporary?
Eternal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For example, in order to avoid the misunderstanding, I say, because people say, I don't want to live in this eternal life because I will be dysfunctioning, all my feeling. No, no, no. Do you want your youth,
Mhm.
happy life, eternal or not? So that's so simple.
Yeah.
That is what we are.
Mhm.
We are given this sense, and the one who gave this sense to us, definitely it is a promise. He will give it if only you are not disgraceful. If you are
Mhm.
disgraceful, okay. Then if you don't acknowledge it, it's okay. What do you think that satisfies your eternal happiness, sense of eternal happiness? Go and ask him, he will give it to you. That is hell.
We have no choice now. We're put in this training. Don't.
So yeah, the sense of imagination is given to us.
In order to make this
Yes,
comparison.
to make the comparison. Use this sense of imagination also
Mhm.
to see our reality of seeking eternity. Comprehensive nature, certainly attached to eternity. Yeah, we always imagine positive, like something good, positive outcomes. It's always given to us as a creation. See the aspect of it. Does it prefer transience or eternity? And definitely one will realize eternity is how we are
This is
hardwired with.
like, this is really what we are as human beings, pretty much. Like, I desire eternal happiness, everything. I want permanence in this temporariness that I'm experiencing. This is it. And so I look for a solution now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like some people share that you can be happy here with whatever you're going through. I wonder how to achieve that.
How do you achieve what?
That happiness in whatever one goes through here, knowing that it is temporary.
Yeah.
How can I turn it into permanence? Because you desire permanence.
Forget about turning it into permanence, but like whatever, how can I, the experiences that I'm going through, how can I be satisfied with those experiences?
Yeah, even
Pretty much.
happier.
Yeah,
happier,
right.
yeah.
Mhm,
And the better.
mhm.
Yeah, that is human in human nature, in human feelings.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. Let's continue.
For man, therefore, who despite being afflicted with these boundless hopes and desires as capital, has only an insignificant faculty of will
Mhm.
and absolute poverty. Belief in the hereafter is a treasury of such strength and sufficiency. Man who, despite being afflicted with these boundless hopes and desires as capital, has only an insignificant faculty of will and absolute poverty.
So we cannot make it, but we
Mhm.
desire it. What is
Right.
this? There must be a solution.
Mhm. Belief in the hereafter is a treasury of such strength and sufficiency.
Yeah, of course. Belief in the hereafter means here we have to really see the methodology the author usually follows. The belief in the hereafter is a it needs to be such how do you say substantiated. Yeah, I need eternal life. Hereafter means eternal happiness.
Mhm.
I need eternal life. How can I get it? How can I get it?
I don't see.
Yeah, belief in the hereafter requires belief in the creator of the universe, who is my creator, and who gave me this sense to me, and he can give it. I can't. I am completely impotent. I can give it, but who can give it? He can give it. That's why it is a call from the creator. Acknowledge me.
Mhm.
Don't ignore me. Don't be ungrateful to me. I am favoring you, giving all these opportunities in order to introduce myself, who I am. Use it. So it is a call to search for God, who can give it eternal happiness. No one else can give eternal happiness to you. No one, nothing. But the desire is there.
No one,
It's
nothing.
contradiction. No one can, even you have American budget.
What happened?
If you have under your control, it is your property, American budget. Can you get eternity? No. Instead of 80 years, you live 100 years. That's it. Yeah. well taken care of, employ the best doctors and get the best medicine means around your house, the labs are there, is working specially for you. Yeah. Can you get eternity? No. But your desire for eternity is with you. What's going on?
Yeah.
You cannot do it, but you desire.
Mhm.
It means it's a call to look for the source who can do it. So when you look at when you look for the source, when you find the source, what you do, you lay your trust in him. He can do it as the creator of your senses.
Mm.
That is the solution.
So belief in the hereafter is such a means of pleasure and happiness. Belief in the hereafter is such a means of pleasure and happiness when you find that
What
source.
mean?
Who,
It is a
Treasure.
means of pleasure and
treasure of such strength.
pleasure and happiness. Belief in the hereafter, pleasure and happiness.
Such a means of pleasure. The following line. Huh?
Source of help, refuge, and means of consolation in the face of the endless sorrows of this world. Endless sorrows of this world.
Well, this is reality, but I wonder what is belief.
Recognition of the source who can do it. I did a mistake.
Recognition.
Oh,
It shouldn't be that. Was my mistake.
Recognition of this.
and it's such a fruit and benefit that if the life of this world were to be sacrificed on the way of gaining it, basically belief in the hereafter, it would still be cheap. If the life of this world were to be sacrificed on the way of gaining eternity,
Nothing.
it would still be cheap.
Like all this sounds super good and I can relate to it.
But
But
it's
here's my
very easy
question.
It's easy.
Really?
not to deny
Mhm.
is the only way to believe.
Not to deny. Yeah, nobody denies.
Sorry?
Nobody denies.
What do they deny? No, the creator, source of their
Yeah.
existence.
I don't think so. People don't. Most like
No, but they don't acknowledge it. Even they say, for example, most of the Muslims, all of the Christians claim they believe in God. What are they aware of what they say? What they really say? There must be a creator. Finish. This I call it eternal God, external God. pardon.
Extra.
External.
think about it. I mean, if like somebody's put us here, right? It's as if we're left free to do whatever we want. I mean, nobody
Okay.
can deny this. There must be a
No.
creator who has put us here.
Yeah, you are right. You are right.
And
Not
we're going through
nobody.
these
Not
experiences.
nobody.
Okay.
Obstinate people.
Mm,
This arrogant people. They are very few.
mm,
But they say they deny, but in your right here, if they really themselves stay by themselves, there must be something. There is a mystery. At this they said there is a mystery in this world. But most of the people who openly declare that they don't believe in God, not because they are absolutely sure, because they mean belief in God as belonging to a religion or belonging to a religious institution, which doesn't make sense to them.
I think it's a comfort zone for like that socializing people.
Yeah.
Like if you grew up in certain culture, you're like, okay, I feel comfortable with that.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't know if it like now people
Now, people find easy to believe in God external to them.
That's easy.
mhm, mhm. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
around
there
religion,
must be a
religion.
clear, there must be
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
yeah. But religion, no thank you.
Yeah.
Why?
I think
Because
religion.
religion is presented to them
Mm.
in a nonsense way.
Or it's not even presented. Sometimes it's
So
not
after,
even.
no,
it's
they are
even
not aware of
presented,
it. Well, the people don't seek religion because they have no hope. They have no hope that the religion may be the solution. No, they don't have, because they have no reason, no clue, no element in the society that religion is the source of happiness. For example, look at the Muslim world and the people who live, people who claim that they are believers. Look at how do they live, how happy they are. Almost none of them.
Really?
Yeah, look at them. You know, do you see a religious man is very calm? No, everybody's running, keeping themselves busy, nothing to do. In fact, their life has nothing to do with religion. But praying, fasting is there. They are there. But practically speaking, their life is not based on connection with God. No. That consciousness is lacking. Yeah. So, for example, even I say, I believe in God, but how much I am aware that my existence is connected to Him in my practical life? Ask the question. Zero? Yeah. Not. You are not alone.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah. So that is why Quran says, keep remembering. It means dhikr. But dhikr became a tool of repeating words. remembering who do you belong to. Dhikr means remembering everything. For example, something worries me.
Yeah.
Keep remembering them. Remind yourself. This worrying thing is created by whom? Wake up. Ask yourself. Created by whom? How we did it to them?
By human beings, actually.
Yeah. That is why people divert their attention and start talking about politics and criticizing the opposition according to him.
Oh,
Yeah. Because this party or these people are in power. That's why we are in problems. But what they are doing, externalizing the solution. It is an escapism from my reality. I have to come to my own self. What shall I do so that I can secure my life, my existence?
So you said the worrisome, no, who do I belong to? This worrisome thing is given by whom?
So who did it?
Who gave this worrisome thing?
So it is, for example, it shouldn't be, I hit this one, but no one knows what I'm talking about, doesn't matter. But unknowingly, I hit it. And all the things that were poisonous fell into it. So at the bottom, I have to be very careful. Now, instead of getting angry, God is saying to me, the one who created this event, telling me, be careful. I taught you it shouldn't be shaken, but you shock it. Now, it is a teaching for me. Thank you for teaching me what should I do, really. Look at the attitude. Rather than that, oh, bad luck, or people say, shit. Yeah. They use this bad word. Yeah. Okay. I should be very careful what I'm doing. Excellent. That is what the temporary life is for. Question, is it worth it or not?
Mhm.
Whatever I am doing. It means not to work wise. My attitude towards whatever happens, the events happen to me. Which kind of attitude I am having? Question it. Question it. Am I aware? Can I attribute the existence of this event to anything else than the creator, organizer of the universe? For example, let's say the weather is, how do you say, stormy, the cold, freezing, the traffic is not working. Yeah,
Awesome weather. I love that.
the school is closed.
Staying cool. Hot chocolate.
So, and I get bad weather. I say bad, no, undesired. I am created not to desire, not to like this weather, or disliked weather by according to my expectations. Who created it? What is it telling me? Be positive, always positive. For example, your boss, the work conditions, or while you are going, the bus broke, something, taking the public train, stop, whatever, something happened. Who is who holds the reign of this order of the universe?
That's crazy.
Hold it. What is he telling me? How he is making me that I'm weak, I'm needy. So I have never, I should never forget about my creator. So he is just calling me to acknowledge him. Acknowledge him. Yeah, I need you. I need you. I understood. Look, I'm desperate now. In subway, in a train.
Okay, need to get a tattoo. The creator of the universe everywhere.
The creator of this event is
The creator of the universe needs
Yeah.
to get a tattoo.
okay. Okay.
Interesting. You mentioned something about zikr. What were you
Yeah.
saying? What is
It's
it? We
not
should be
just
doing?
saying it, but remembering in our
So-
being.
So dhikr, remembering God's names, God's manifested names in the event you are interacting.
Oh,
Yeah. For example, now it's spring, is it?
mm,
So every day I nowadays go out for a walk, I see more leaves,
mm.
greener. The streets became greener. Yeah. When I look at the why I should make, when I look at them, am I happy? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, flowers, colors.
Who is the source of this greenness of the tree that I like? God is just introducing himself to me. Look, you were in despair in winter, but I am still here.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, that is dhikr. To remember, this is dhikr. But what we did, we turned it into repeating the certain words without realizing what we are saying. It's good for some people, but not for you.
Remembering and feeling.
And also
Yeah.
making the
Tongue.
tongue work and say it, because we have the tongue to say it. Why
Fulfilling
not?
its purpose. Yes.
So, Ya Rahman, Ya Jameel, Ya Mu'in, look at this, Assalamu alaikum, communicate with them. Yep. I think the most important thing is to communicate with the creation. Through the creation, communicate with God.
Creator.
That is
Mhm.
possible through belief in angels. That is why belief in angel is always, we should remember that everything is represented by an angelic sign. It means there is meaning in it. In everything there is a message for me.
Everything.
Yeah, in every
Everything.
creation
Kul shay.
there is a message for me.
Every feeling,
Anything I like, I dislike. There's a message for me.
every feeling.
Yep.
Yep.
Everything that makes-
Okay. Where are we?
Even if the feeling is inspired by satanic whispering. there's a
Still,
message.
yeah, we say why? Because when a feeling is inspired
Mm.
by satanic desires, whisperings, are you happy with it? It destroys your life. Do something nasty, and you will be sorry. And even your feelings don't want to do it. So you don't want to have it and don't want to practice it.
Mm.
But you cannot stop yourself and do it. Are you happy? No, you get angry with yourself. That is a means of recognition that I need seek refuge with Allah. It must remember Allah,
Mm.
that He can solve it. This belief in God, can prevent me from this satanic desires. Because I'm not created for this purpose. As soon as you remember God, the creator, you remember the purpose of your existence. And the purpose of your existence is to recognize the source of your existence. So source of your existence gives the sense you dislike it, don't do it. Now works in this way. So dhikr means remembering this circle and satisfying yourself and preventing yourself from satanic inspirations or whisperings, as the Quran uses the word waswas, nafathat, whispering, breathing, nafathat, breathe into your mind. It gives you the alternativeness.
It's interesting, just into the mind. It does not whisper into the heart. Just the mind, like intellectually I can.
Yeah, you remember
Check
the
it.
option, but feeling says you are going to do something wrong. Be careful.
However, Monday you mentioned something, the reason I brought up Monday, you mentioned something about even our emotions and feelings. Sometimes it may be infused with all these satanic whisperings that we've been trained with.
Yeah,
Right.
but you know this is satanic, isn't it? Not
But
that
then-
is not really true. You cannot prove it. You cannot be convinced that it is right.
All right.
Okay, I think we should stop it.
Should we, or should we do the second fruit?
Okay, all right.
Stop, digest this? All right.
Just this for a while.
All right, inshallah. All right.
Unless you want to. You want
No,
to
that's
do
fine.
it?
Yeah, I think this is it's a little different, slightly different topic
Yeah,
than
so we need
to,
to just
this is
learn.
more about seeing the belief in the hereafter and how that benefits us in terms of our desire for eternity and the difficulties as we discussed extensively. Those difficulties definitely are in the life of this world, but they need to be used to gain eternity, right? So use the life of this world too. So that's what he means by we're to be sacrificed on the way of gaining it. So all that, seeing the whatever good or bad that we perceive, look at the angelic side of it. What's the meaning behind it,
I think
and communicate with God. So
focusing on the
yeah.
existence, where again, the other part also. Do you want to live for 1,000,000 years and rule the world, but then cease to exist, or to live forever but have an ordinary individual?
Yeah.
Anything. Existence is priceless, pretty much, kind of thing.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Any final comments? Please go ahead. All right. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Glory be to him in his name. Al-Fatiha. Ameen.